So we're at the border checkpoint between Ontario and Manitoba, and we're going to see what happens. They're pulling us over. They're obviously waiting for us. I'm an Ontario resident, so really they can't do anything or say anything to me. But we have other people that are driving in the same group or in the same line for sure that are not Ontario residents, because there's probably about 100 cars behind us. Not all part of the convoy or whatever like that, just people. And we're going to see how they all react. Obviously, they're going to try to turn our convoy people around. I'm telling everybody to cite their Section 6 charter rights, as they should, and hopefully that gets them through with a fine. And we're going to see if they try to arrest anybody illegally. The only way I believe they are legally allowed to arrest somebody is if you refuse to identify yourself, you refuse to pull over for the checkpoint. If you just like blew by this checkpoint, for instance, they probably have grounds to arrest you. But if you comply with everything, take their fine, and decide that you still want to go through, I don't know how they can stop you, especially if you're on foot. So that's what we're also telling people to do, to see if you have multiple people in the car and one of them is not an Ontario resident, see if they can get out and walk across. At least the guy's not wearing a mask outside.
I was just thinking the same.
Oh. I don't even know if they're going to ask for my ID. They probably, well, they will. Thank you.
Look, they went through. Look at them. They went through.
Trucks go right through.
Trucks go right through.
No. Kyle went through.
Kyle made it?
Yeah, he went through. I just saw him.
That's awesome. So our convoy's making it through. Yeah. We got a lot of people here.
No kidding.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hello sir, how are you?
Fantastic.
Excellent. Thanks, Constable Rob with the OPP.
Pleasure to meet you today, sir.
Excellent. We're just screening vehicles for non-essential travel into Ontario.
I'm just going home back to Ontario.
Okay, where do you live?
I live in King City.
Kingston? What's your address?
King City. 15230 Keel Street in King City, Ontario, just
Perfect.
north of Vaughan.
You guys are both from there?
I don't know where the gentlemen are from, to be honest,
Okay.
but I know he has a business and wife, children in Ontario.
Is it just the two of you?
Three of us.
Three of you? Can I just see
Well, you don't see him in the back? Sorry.
Yeah, that's good.
I was like, I thought you could
he was
see
over
him.
there.
I thought you could see him. I'm sorry.
Can I see some identification so I can tell where you guys are from?
I'm from Ontario. I live in Ontario, and I'm in Calgary as well. So I have
Calgary as
business
well?
there. I have family in Ontario.
Okay.
I could give you my address.
Sure, that'd be great.
Yeah.
We're just going to document here.
Yeah. So it's unit number 1707, 1328 Birchmount Road, Scarborough, Ontario. Postal code I'm always big with. M1RB. Let me check my.
What's the unit number again?
1707, 1707. I have a bunch of properties in Ontario, so St. Catharines, Stony Creek, Markham.
Primary residence in Ontario?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I spent 2 weeks at home, and then I work in Calgary. So, and I also, my parents are in Calgary.
What was your name, sir?
My name is Z, Z-E-E.
Last name?
Last name Q-A-Z-I.
It's a lot of resources they're using here.
Date of birth?
No doubt.
March 12th, 79.
Several people.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
And the passenger there, sir?
Sir, do you have a primary residence in Ontario?
No,
Where are you from?
Winnipeg.
And you live in Winnipeg?
I do.
What's your reason for traveling to Ontario?
Just going across the border for a brief period of time, and then probably heading back home in the next, probably today, this afternoon.
Okay, sir, well, just based on the reason that you gave us, we're restricting all non-essential travel, and that isn't essential travel. So we're not going to be able to allow you to cross the border.
So wait, are you guys gonna fine him then, if he tries to cross the border? Because he's kind of in a car, but
Yeah.
and he doesn't have another ride. So
Well,
the plan was because I'm heading off to Thunder Bay,
Yeah.
and the plan was to basically get him to there. I don't know what his business is there, and then he's gonna be coming back.
Okay.
So.
Yes. So
If you guys want to find him or something, I guess you'd have to provide ID. They could find you. I guess you still would be able to move on at that point, because he is a Canadian citizen, and it would be a
Yeah,
violation
I-
of Section 6 of his charter rights to
I
prevent him from
understand that, but
entering.
at this time, that the reason he gave us for crossing the border is that's non-essential travel.
But-
So we're not going to be allowing him to cross the border.
Okay, so you're telling
what
me?
we'll have you do right now, if you just wouldn't mind pulling in right here.
No
Just so-
problem.
just so we can
We'll get the rest of
continue
the
on
guys
with
through.
traffic here.
No problem, and we'll figure it out.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Cheers. Okay, so we're gonna see how much our Charter of Rights and Freedoms and our Canadian Bill of Rights still matters. Hey guys, how are you today?
Good. How are you doing today?
Amazing, brother. And yourself?
I'm pretty good.
Thank you. I like that.
Yeah. So you're passing through. Did you show them your?
I'm an Ontario resident. He's an Ontario resident. He is not an Ontario resident. He is basically hitching a ride to Thunder Bay for the day and then coming back.
Okay.
We are continuing on. I'm dropping him off at his residence and going home to my residence. They said he was non-essential, so they were trying to say they didn't want to let him through.
Yeah.
So now we're trying to figure out exactly what the options are, what your enforcement obligations could be, and how to see if he can still, one way or the other, get through there.
Yeah, for sure. So where's he a resident from?
Manitoba.
Manitoba.
Yes.
Okay. And
So he's planning on just staying here for the day and coming back.
yeah. So the as you probably know, they probably told you he's not allowed into the province.
That's what they said, but now he wants to cite his Section 6 Charter rights, which is Canadian citizen freedom of movement.
Yeah.
So he believes if you guys want to give him a fine for that, he's willing to accept the fine. He'll provide his identification, and then if he has to, he will get out of the car and he'll say he'll walk there, and he'll just walk.
So, sir, I'm sure the other officers explained to you Section 1,
Is
reasonable limits.
Yeah, they can say reasonable
Prescribed by
limits. So
law.
that's why if they want to give him a fine, he's willing to accept the fine. So if you're planning on fining him, you're willing to accept the fine?
Yep.
So
Not allowed entry, sir. So he unfortunately is not allowed entry.
okay, but so then you're going to fine him if he tries to enter?
There is other elements under the criminal code that we can work with.
What
I
would,
believe
he wants to
for-
know what you want to do, because he's
Okay.
planning on getting out and walking down the street.
Okay, so there's such thing as obstruction.
He won't be obstructing you. He'll be providing all the info
No,
that you
he's
want him to
obstructing us
provide.
in our lawful duty as
No,
police officers.
he won't be. You have the enforcement options to ID him and give him a fine. And if he obstructs that, then you can say he's obstructing. But if
So-
you ask him for identification and he provides it, and you want to give him a fine for trying to cross into Ontario,
So under the criminal code, that is obstructing us in the lawful execution of our duties if he continues to walk through when we are instructing him.
not if you've already given him a fine. So
No.
you have to do one or the other, right? You have,
So-
or you have to do neither. So if he
here you have a couple options for him. You can
And drive
take him,
back.
drive him back, or you can go to those guys and they're going to send you back. And if he tries to walk by those guys, they're going to place him under arrest for obstruct if he tries to enter.
so what
Would it maybe make more sense if I did mention that I do? I mean, it's not like a residence of mine, but I do have a family cabin in Shoal Lake,
It has
Ontario.
to be a permanent residence.
But wait a second. So you're saying you're not going to fine him, and you're just planning on trying to arrest him?
Sir, you've already made up your mind.
I'm not making. I'm good to go. I can travel freely. I'm a resident of
Yes,
Ontario.
you are a resident of
You're
Ontario,
saying that
correct.
if you're saying that you're not going to fine him, but you will try to charge him with obstruction of justice
You
if
can
he
get
tries
a
to cross the
fine.
border.
It's not one or the other. You can double and do both. You can get a fine, and if he continues to, then instruction will play into it, and then he will be arrested for obstructing.
Well, now it's up to you to decide what you want to do there. If
It's
you
not
want
a
to see
one
if
or the other. They can both.
well, they could try to do both, but we already said if they do arrest him at that point, it's a flagrant violation of our charter rights, and you guys will have to provide justification in court for the so-called reasonable limits,
Yeah.
because it's the only province in the whole country that's doing this. So it's going to be really hard to justify that when virtually the rest of the world isn't doing anything like this.
That's
So
fine.
I'm
Those
just
are
like I'm
your
just
opinions, Those are your views.
This
I'm
is-
not here
I'm-
to take that away from you.
I'm just giving you my
I'm just
personal
letting you
opinion.
know
So we're
what
gonna
I
have to if he does go that route, we will document it, and whoever is involved with the rest will be reported to the professional standards department.
fine.
And that's perfectly. You
I
have
just-
you have every right to take it to trial. You have every right.
And that's
to,
what
like
you would
you
have
said,
to do in that
that's-
case. But
that's
it's up to
the-
you to decide what you want to do.
That's the setting to do it. In
If
this
you want to go
setting,
back, I
the
can help you get a
instructions
car to
do
take you back. I don't really want to drive all the way back there, but
No, of course not.
so
Well,
I'm gonna see what you want to do.
Yeah,
You can try to get out and just walk across and see what they say to you, and if they somehow
I would
let you
advise
through,
that, sir.
if they somehow let you through,
What we mentioned still plays into it. Whether you're in a vehicle or not, you have to stop at a checkpoint.
they might be just caught trying to bluff you, so we don't know. You can try to walk there and see if they give you a fine and see if they
You're
try
in
to
the business
arrest
of
you.
lying. So if
They-
I'm not bluffing
they-
you, I'm not in the business of lying.
Well, but
So
like I
if
said,
that's-
if you do an arrest, it would be a false arrest.
Okay, again, that's your. That's
And
your
see,
opinion.
a lot of the other
Fine.
convoy members have made it through, and they did not have residents in Ontario.
yeah, if other vehicles that we're traveling
I
with
noticed
are
that.
moving forward right now. Why am I over here?
I noticed.
We're just dealing with you right
I'm
now.
just saying. Well, I noticed a couple of convoy vehicles that came all the way from BC that made it through, so that's pretty good.
Again, we aren't dealing with that, so I don't know what those.
I think they're just dealing with you like this because they know you're with me and you're on screen. So it's up to you what you want to do.
I hear you.
We're good to go. They already cleared him and they cleared me.
I very much at least need to wait for a couple other Manitobans to be, I guess, in this area so that I can speak with them about what they're doing and if I have a lift back.
Does that make sense?
You can wait with us if you want to for a lift back if you want. That's
Are they
perfectly
going
fine.
back? You should have found out if they were going back. Because maybe they are turning around.
It
and going back
seems
to
like it. And
If you want to
said,
give
never
them a
mind.
call or anything,
Do you have
we'd
do
be
you have
happy
their
to
numbers?
wait with you. That's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
That's completely
Okay, I'll take over this then.
Yep.
Okay, guys, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Obviously, I'm making it through. I think Kyle made it through, and he came all the way from BC. So we're gonna call him right now and find out what happened, and we're gonna see what Todd's planning on doing. We're gonna see if they're gonna try to give him a fine. They're gonna see if they try to arrest him.
Yep.
We're gonna wait to see because if they do arrest him, we're gonna have to document it. So I'm gonna save this for now, and we're gonna post it on www.realchrisSky.com. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, guys. You've been great.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Cheers. One more shot of the whole checkpoint situation going on here. They got these crazy vehicles set up and a lot of money wasted to try to deprive Canadian citizens of their rights. It looks like those guys, are those people trying to walk across?
I'm not.
This is a part two. It looks like some people in the convoy are trying to walk across. They sent a whole bunch of police to meet them. If they try to cross, they may get fined. If they continue to try to cross, they said they can fine you and arrest you. So we'll see if that's the case. They're definitely sending a lot of people. They sent there's 4 guys right here, and they sent another, like, I don't know, 7 to 10 guys over there. You can't see them all because this guy's blocking. There we go. We can see them better now. I'm currently in my vehicle. I'm already cleared. I can go through at any time. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen with the rest of the convoy and with Todd in particular because he was in the car with me. And we want to make sure he's okay before we move forward. So I'm going to just update you guys in a minute when we find out more about what's going on. This is the Manitoba, Ontario new so-called border checkpoint. Do we have someone that's turning back or we have someone that's moving forward? Let's see what's going on. Oh, they're pulling in right now. And I never got in touch with Kyle yet. I'm going to call him. Yeah, call him, please. That would be great. Looks like we got some people on foot that are going to try to cross the border. As you can see, there's a very heavy police presence. This is what we've come to in Canada in 2020. I want the whole world to see this. The whole world needs to see this. Like, it's just police everywhere, trying to deprive Canadian citizens of their rights, pretending that they can because of an emergency.
So
Hi.
we're going to ask that you now move along. They need a space here for the other vehicles coming in.
Okay.
So if you just move along to the highway, your friend is taken care of. He's going to this vehicle here that's going to be turned around, okay?
Okay, thank you. I'm just going to sign off here. So it looks like Todd has decided he's going to turn around. I think some of the convoy made it and some of the convoy did not. We will touch base in a few minutes. Thank you, guys. And thank you. Cheers.